think like he's embarrassing himself. It's embarrassing, sometimes to watch. He's, I'm not really like really into social media, but and I even don't have Instagram on my phone,
Well, you're on Instagram right now, Rafael.
Live.
My wife handles everything, and I don't even, look at. But sometimes you see something. He's posts like some friend showed me or something. It's just embarrassing, man.
Yeah.
I feel bad for him.
Do you think it's scripted?
What I mean, like.
Do you think somebody write like that? He's reading it off of a script that he's come up with stuff in.
Yeah. I feel like it's like it's so fake, and it's all combined, and people like they acting, and it's not it's embarrassing.
Do you feel though? I mean, he said a lot of things about Brazilians and Brazil. Do you feel you sort of have to win not only for yourself but for your country and for your fellow countrymen?
Yeah, I feel like a lot of Brazilian, everything that I post, when I meet Brazilians, they always say the same thing. You gotta kill this guy, you gotta kill this guy. But I've been on this position, before. I have a lot of ups and downs on the cage, on my life, on my career, and it's my 38th fight, and it's a lot of fights, and I know, thank you. I know that what I have to do to win, and I don't take this as a pressure. I have to win anyway. It's for me. I need that. Nobody wanted more than I want, and that's why I will win. But it's just like it's part of it. He trying to do this to promote himself, and I think it's in the wrong way. But everything will be solved Saturday.
So there's no extra emotion going into this one?
Not really. I'm a cold-blooded fighter. Once I step on the octagon, there is no trash talk. It's just two guys and fighting, clean with rules, and I don't have a of course, give me a little extra motivation, but it's not something that I'm gonna care inside the cage, And I have a lot of motivation, with my kids, with my family. I have to provide for them, I'm a very competitive guy too. I want to win, but it'll be a good fight.
Are you surprised that he's your opponent for an interim title, or is that who you would like to have faced?
Yeah, I feel like he was. I think he beat. I beat the former champion, and he beat the former title contender, right? And I think that was the fight to make. I was expecting fighting Tyron, but somehow he won a fight only in December. I can't wait that long, and that Colby was the guy.
Well, Tyron now actually, says he could be ready as early as July or August now. Is that a little frustrating to you?
Not really. I will fight for the title next week, and then I fight again for the title in August. For me, it's good. But he could say that before, so we would be fighting in August or July.
What did you think of Colby's fight with Damian?
Yeah, I think he was just. I think Damian is a great fighter, but he don't bring what I bring to the fight. He's not as dangerous as I am standing. My kicks, my knees, my hands, and he's a great jiu-jitsu fighter. He's got great takedowns, but I feel on that fight with Colby, I never see Damian looking so bad in his whole career. I think that was the fight that he looked something was going wrong with him. And I felt like he wasn't looking shape, and he gassed, and Colby gassed too, and I don't think that guy can last 5 rounds with me.
You got a chance to see the Darren Till's video of him cutting weight yesterday. Did you watch that at all?
I did.
You did. What did you think of that as someone who you had a very hard weight cut to 155? What did you think of that video?
I think that guy has, he's a great fighter. He's a young kid. I think he's 24, 25?
26, yeah.
26. I don't see he fighting very long on this welterweight division. Every time you make weight, it gets harder and harder and harder. It's you know, I've been there before. I feel like every time I make weight or every time I make 155 was getting harder and harder all the time, every time. And same thing gonna happen to him, and he gonna go 185 eventually. He not even make weight after all that, and we could not even watch the whole video, right? And he was 3.5 pounds over off the extra pound. If he would fight for the title, it would be 4.5 pounds. And he's a great fighter, young guy, but I think he's gonna go at 185 eventually.
When you see a video like that, does that shock you, or is that just something that fighters have to go through sometimes? I mean, that happens relatively often, right?
Yeah, like I saw like he was like for 50 minutes on the treadmill, then 5 minutes on the meat, like five minutes around on the meats,
right.
And then he went back to the sauna.
Right.
I usually make weight with like 5 to 6 rounds on the meats, you know. I usually do. Like he did a lot, and he was
Right.
still over, and that was kind of shocking.
So your fight against Eddie, though, was that the worst cut you ever had, and that
Oh,
was
yeah.
really the reason to move up? Because there was, you know, I don't know, true or not, that rumors, people saying you passed out, you were out for 3 minutes, and
Yeah, I passed out 3 times, and I went out and went back. Like I did that like probably 3 times, and then one of the times I was out for almost 3 minutes, and people are gonna call, you know, I almost, when I fell back on the bathtub, I almost hit the back of my head on the sink.
Oh, no.
I could die.
yeah.
And that was a fight that I shouldn't fight, but everything happened for a reason. I did it, and I lost, and then I learned a lot from it. And then I even tried again with Tony, and same thing happened. I didn't pass out, but after I made weight, I couldn't stand up for like 40 minutes, 1 hour. I lie down on the ground on the hallway of the hotel, by my room's door, and the guy say, "Okay, Rafa, it's time to make weight." I couldn't stand up. I just couldn't walk, but you know, I did it. But you know, and then I got on time. I say, "Hey, it's time to, you know, to live my life." You know, I have 2 kids. I wanna, you know, feel, you know, have happiness in what I do. You know, have pleasure in what I do. I'm not having pleasure at all, and I think the move for welterweight was the best option.
We hear about these extreme weight cuts being dangerous for the fighters. Do you feel that you've taken irreparable damage to your body from these cuts to 155?
Not really. And you know, I feel like with Alvarez, I got my once I got clicked, you know, I was seeing everything, but I lost my legs. I couldn't feel my legs. My legs were wobbling, and I couldn't, you know, stand up. But I was seeing everything. I remember when the guy jumped in and asked me what date it is, what year, and then I knew what happened. You know, I knew everything, and I was, you know, seeing everything, but I don't have anything with that today, you know, like
No lasting damage.
no lasting damage.
But you feel like it definitely affected your fight.
Yeah, sure. It could. I could have something, but thank you God, I don't have anything. But like, and then one day I was thinking in my house, man, doesn't make any sense. I'm passing through this, getting dehydrated, almost dying, to next day getting punched on the head. It just don't make sense. And say I gotta make changes, and then I think was the best thing I did.
Did you make that decision to go up to welterweight before your fight with Alvarez during that weight cut, or was it after the fight?
Before the fight with Alvarez, I had plans already to move. You know, after I beat Cerrone, I say I'm gonna move, and then I was trying to push the fight with Robbie Lawler back on the days. But did it happen? And the fight with Conor came up, and I broke my foot. I took the fight with Alvarez, and then I had a very bad year, and then I decided, and then I say I'm having a bad year already, so I don't want to be cutting weight like crazy, and I'm losing, and I just want to be happy and then do, you know, focus 100% on my training, on my fight, and you know that was a good thing.
You also changed camps during that process. So was that something you were thinking about before the fight with Eddie, or what really contributed to you deciding to change?
Yeah, I think like things. I wasn't thinking that before Alvarez, but after I lost the belt, things changed, and you know I felt that there was time for me to leave King's MMA, and I think it was the best decision that I made too.
With Jason Perillo, you obviously get a little more one-on-one attention.
Yeah.
So is that the main draw? I mean, and obviously we know he's made champions with Michael and Chris.
I feel that change was good for me because now I am kind of in charge of my training. Okay, like we have a sparring every Saturday. I have Eduardo Pamplona, which is my Muay Thai guy. He was the first guy when I moved to California to train with. He was on my first 3 fights, and then when he left to Brazil, I went to train with Rafael. But Eduardo was the first guy, and he's back now, and he and Jason and Felipe de la Monica, those guys, and then I get like one-on-one attention all the time. The training is for me. Okay, we're gonna have a sparring Saturday for half, and then we call like 3 or 4 guys to come to spar with me. So I am not on the room with like 20, 30 guys doing. Sometimes I'm doing techniques that I'm not even gonna use, but like it's for everybody else too. Now I'm getting attention one-on-one, and it's a really good thing.
As a veteran fighter, someone who's dealt with losses in a bad year, as you said, how much do you need to like embrace the desperation of your situation? Like, how many more chances will you get to stand as a champion? Do you embrace that, or do you kind of like cast that aside and not think about it?
Yeah, I'm not even thinking about it, and every time like something bad happen, like we lose it. Because the feeling when I lose a fight, I have this, I have the feeling that everything that I did was for nothing, like when you lose a fight. But we learn from that, but I try to, one step at a time, and always thinking if I lose, next one I'm gonna do my best as always to try to, because when I fought Tarek Safedin was a lot of pressure, and a lot of pressure. I coming off 2 losses, moving up division, and a lot of people saying you too small for the division, blah 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 blah, and I'm trying to keep my head, my ears out of that. Don't listen this kind of negative comments, but I fought under a lot of pressure because 1 loss, people say you have to retire, they're gonna say a lot of things, and 3 losses in a row is not fun. But I thank God, I beat him, and I beat Neil, and I beat Robbie, and I'm fighting for the title.
And there's something to be said about that, right? Reviving yourself and coming back and redeeming yourself.
Yeah, and then I'm training better. I'm living better now on this division. I can, last week I went to churrascaria, with my family, Brazilian barbecue steak, and still like I'm 15, 16 pounds over. It's amazing, I'm still eating, I'm still having a good life, still living, because before, once I signed the contract, my stress started, Day 1, I signed the contract, okay, 11 weeks, diet, gonna drop 40 pounds, it's just too much.
And I know you were talking to Karen about this, but is it almost rewarding for you to be dealing with this heel of a character in Colby, the harsh things that he's been involved in against the Brazilians and all that, and taking this guy on?
Sorry, can you say that?
Is it good for you? I mean, it seems like you're taking on this heel of a character, this guy who's like a
Yeah, I got in a good position, and every single person that I speak with, they say I am walking on the street, people, hey, please kill Colby, kill Colby. Every single person, and I feel like I'm in a good position now, to be to do something that everybody wants to watch, you know, and I'm excited for it.
Now that fight was originally supposed to be in Brazil, and got switched. Do you feel like they should have left it to go in Brazil?
Yeah, I was, you know, I was excited to fight in Brazil. I had a fight in Brazil like in 10 years, and it would be great to be in my home country, you know, hometown Rio. But unfortunately they changed, but it's not gonna, you know, change the result of the fight. It will be good to fight there, it will be fun, but, you know, just change the location, nothing else.
Did the UFC say why they changed it?
I think was because of security issues, you know. The problem is, the fight when Colby fought Damian, that was in São Paulo. Rio, it's a different story. I don't know if you guys been in Rio. Rio is rough, you know. People are like more wild, you know. It's not São Paulo. People are different, you know. But Rio is a different level, and especially me being a Brazilian from Rio, I think it would be, you know, too much. After that corner incident too, that, you know, he broke the glass on the bus and everything else. The guys couldn't handle one guy. How come they're gonna handle that crazy crowd?
So you think there's some justification?
Oh yeah.
But you were excited you kind of wanted to beat him in your heart.
Oh yeah, it'll be fun, but it'll be fun to beat him too, with all the Americans on my side. It'll be great.
You know, when you look at Conor now, obviously that fight got away from you. What do you think when you see, you know, him? Do you think he'll return? What do you think of the lifestyle? Do you think of him as a champion? What do you think?
Yeah, like, you know, he got his belts, but he haven't defended it yet. You know, he beat Aldo, he moved up, he beat Alvarez, and I think he got an easy path. He went straight for the title. He didn't fight the contenders to make it to the title. And, you know, but he's, you know, it's a guy that everybody wants to watch because what he talks, and he got a fight with Mayweather, that's huge. And the fight, you know, if that fight would happen 2 years ago, I'm sure he'll not be where he is right now. I'm sure about it. But I think that fight could be helping down the road, you know. Once I get my second belt, I think he should try his third belt, maybe. Yeah, I'll be there.
And you want to be Campeão, right? Champ. Does it feel good?
Yeah, you know.
How much would that mean to you?
Yeah, it means a lot for my, you know, legacy, you know, and be among the very few guys to have 2 belts. And it's just, you know, a blessing, and I feel, you know, in a great moment of my life, spiritually and mentally, you know, and it's just time to go.
How do you think, if you win this fight against Colby, how do you think you match up with Woodley?
Man, fight is a fight. Could go, anything could happen. Tyron has a heavy hands, and, you know, but I'll bring it. I will put on him, you know. I'll make him fight. As always, in my style, I walk forward, I throw punch, kicks, and I'm not afraid of his take. I think like when he fought Steve Thompson, he was worried about the strikes. When he fought Damian, he was worried about the takedowns. And with me, he got to worry about everything because I'm gonna, you know, throw everything on him. You know, if he give me a chance, I'll take him down and I'll strike him, I'll kick him, I'll punch him. I think I have more. I can be a threat. I can be, you know, confuse his game.
Just one question.
Yeah, of course.
Você tem uma mensagem para os brasileiros antes da luta contra Colby que tiver dito coisas muito mal sobre vocês?
Fala em português? Para você?
Yes, em português.
Eu tenho uma mensagem, eu vou. Pode ficar tranquilo aí que eu vou dar conta do recado. A responsabilidade está na minha mão e vou calar a boca desse falastrão aí e dar um prejuízo nele.
Yeah.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah, I'll put that on Twitter.
Thank you.